The Rally of the Tall Pines. Since its first running more than 40 years ago, it has grown into the ultimate driving challenge. The last rally of the season, and it brings together the best drivers from across our country. And on these roads, they will face their toughest test of the year. It is the final round, the 2012 Canadian Rally Championship, right now on TSN.
Rally racing is an exciting spectator sport for all, but what happens when you can't make it to the actual event? Well, you turn to the pros to bring the action to your home through TV.
My name is Adam Dowsett. I'm the producer of the Canadian Rally Championship TV shows for TV to Go on behalf of TSN and RDS. There are three primary steps to putting together a show for a major network. There's the pre-production phase, which means doing all of your logistics, going out and scouting the location, figuring out your plan for your shoot. Then there's production, which is actually executing the plan and capturing whatever video you can from the event, trying to tell the story as best you can. And then there's post-production, where we take all of the footage that we collected back and we organize it into a show based on the network's broadcast standards.
After gathering all required information and paperwork, Adam and his team head out to the racetrack.
Today we're here a couple of days before the Rally of the Tall Pines. We're doing our pre-production work, which includes scouting for camera locations that we'll use on the day of the actual shoot. What we do is we get the instructions from the rally masters a few days before the actual event happens, and we drive the roads looking for where we think there are good camera positions. And good camera positions aren't just where it would look good to shoot, it also has to be a safe location, and we need parking for the shooter's vehicle because they're carrying a lot of gear. We're looking for shots that have a variety, left side of the road, right side of the road, different types of ins and outs, different types of elevations. We're looking for variety and we're looking for quality.
Once pre-production is over, it's an early morning on race day, and it starts with the camera operators.
The shooters team up with their assistants and they go out into the stages. They have to get out to the stages very early because they have to be able to drive out there before the roads get closed for competition.
The camera operators set up all their gear, noting that they're in a safe spot to film. They might even have a little time to themselves, but after that, it's all about the race.
Myself, as the director of the shoot, I'm paired with the shooter and I'm in charge of capturing the commentary that will make the show happen from the competitors. This means staying close to headquarters, staying close to the teams, staying close to their service crews, finding out what's going on in the stages, and asking the appropriate questions when the competitors come in for service.
Having cameras scattered along the racetrack is great, and it gives us some exciting angles. But to really make you feel like you're part of the race, you need to go inside the car. That's where GoPros come in handy.
My job is to get in touch with the director. He'll let me know which teams they want to have cameras on board with. I will then hook up with those teams and during the day before be installing the cameras into the cars, lining them up. Generally there's 2 cameras for the main factory sponsored cars. So we'll be getting face cam and a POV and setting it up for the event. What I'll do is during the services, I'll be checking the footage, making sure that everything's okay. While I'm doing that, I'm also looking at the amount of footage that's on the card itself and the battery life to make sure that I don't run out of space or I don't run out of battery. With events like these, Not only does it give you an alternative angle to something that happens, but we can't cover and we can't have cameramen throughout the entire course. It's just not possible. So because of that, with these onboard cameras, when something happens, if there is an incident, if there's a rollover or a crash, or if something happens, there's a flat tire, and there's no other cameras around, we have it.
Into right 4 cut. Okay, right 4.
Oh dear.
This is going from bad to worse. And left 5 minus short, 70. Here.
So where, like
Here.
So the race is over, all the footage has been shot, the camera operators have gone home, but it's not quite over. Now Adam can move to the third step in the process, post-production.
When the shoot day is finished, it's very critical that the very first thing we do is that we organize all of the media that was shot. The media that was shot is more important even than the gear that was rented. The camera may be worth $100,000, but if we don't bring the discs that we shot home and we bring them home safely, we don't have a show. And that's game over for us. Choosing the shots that actually make the final cut into the show is one of the toughest decisions that we have to make. We make these decisions keeping in mind that we want to vary the shots from person to person and from car to car to keep it interesting for the viewer. Sometimes I may see something interesting in a shot that doesn't translate to someone that doesn't understand the sport, and I have to dispassionately cut it for something that is more exciting. These decisions can be really difficult. Once a rough cut is complete, with all of the interview content and race action pack content complete, we are able to script the show. Typically, we script the show with the show approximately 1 minute fat or 1 minute longer than the network's requirements. That way, once it's narrated, we can use that as a guide to shrink the show down to the exact time that the network requires.
The commentators are a very important part of the production. They connect with the audience and let them know what's going on during the race. They come into the studio and narrate the show. Once Adam is finished with them and the voiceover, he creates a final edit to deliver to the network.
This business is extremely stressful. There are a lot of challenges that you have to overcome in order to get a show to the network on time. The deadlines are brutal. The quality control requirements are unbelievable. Not a single frame in the show can be wrong. Not a single frame in the show can have an error. But when it's all finished and you're out there hanging out with your buds at a bar and you happen to look up and see one of your shows on the monitors, there's no other feeling like it in the whole world. You can look up there and say, yep, that's my show. And you can't compare that feeling to anything else.